Hello guys, and welcome to another ProfileTree Wix YouTube tutorial. So today I'm going to be creating the rest of the site. So this would be a clothing website design. So if you've watched the previous video or a video regarding a landing page, you should go check that out. I'll link that in the description below. So yes, this will be a continuation of that. And yes, we'll go ahead and get started. So from the previous video, we've created our landing page. So this is sort of more like our welcome area. And now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and provide some information just regarding the physical store sort of website. And what we'll do is we'll add some products as well and then list them out for prices. So what I want to do first is I want to go ahead and click on the pages and menu. So this is our home. What I want to do is I want to rename this to landing page. Okay. And now what I want to do is I want to create an area for this to list out some information, location. So I'm going to add a page. And this page will be talking about the services. So I'm going to go ahead and click on not services, sorry, I'm going to go ahead and click on contact. And yes, this page will be talking about the contact, so usually there would be more. Okay, it looks like I've just clicked on a random one. I'll go ahead and just repeat that 1 wee second. Okay, so I want to go ahead and add a page, and then there's the contact. So it will load up a different amount of the contact templates, as you can see. So there's a few there that you could choose from. Just decides what one you want to pick. I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. And then just for the meantime, I'm going to leave that page as I will be modifying that about. Now I also want to add a about us. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the about and look at some of the templates that we have here. Okay, so it looks like they've got a couple of templates going on here. I'm going to go ahead and pick maybe just something simple. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. So that's our about. So there you go. We've got our landing page. We have a contact and about, and maybe some FAQ. See if we can add a FAQ. We'll go ahead and add a blank page for this one, maybe. Let's see if there's any general layouts for it. Okay, we'll do something like this, maybe. I'll go ahead and add that in. Okay, so it'll ask you if you want to change the name of it. I'm just going to say FAQ. That's one of our frequently asked questions. Okay, so we're going to go back to the landing page. I'm going to go ahead and add a menu item. And this will just get us around the actual site itself. So I'm going to click on add elements. I'm going to go to decorative. I'm going to go to basic shapes. I'm going to make sure that I change this design. So I'm going to change the basic shape design. And I'm going to look for a menu. So it's called a hamburger menu. A couple of designs there, as you can see. We'll pick one. Go for this one. And I'm going to reduce that sizing a little bit as well. I'm going to see if I can flip it over. For the meantime, we'll just leave it like this. We'll go ahead and click on design, change the color. As much as I want to put a shadow on it, there's not much point to it, so I'm just going to have that on the column there. So we'll just go ahead and preview this just to see how it looks. Okay, so there's our menu item. We'll go back to editor. Now what we want to do is we want to create like a drop down menu for this, or using a lightbox, sort of like a menu, almost what you would get with a mobile, which I'll demonstrate now. So of course there would be one here usually. Okay, I'll show that in a wee minute. I think it's just because it's black I'm not able to see it. So we'll just go to the desktop menu for the meantime. Okay, so I'll go ahead and create a lightbox. So the way to do that, if you click up here, we'll go to manage page. Oh, sorry, go to add elements, sorry. And then I'm gonna go ahead and search for lightbox. Okay, and then you can pick on any of the light boxes here. So it's in the interactive section. So there's a couple of ones that you could pick from. But what I want to use, go back down to the light box here, is I'll go ahead and click on one of them here, which is the, not the opening time. I'll just remove that light box. So I'll go here, then I'll add a light box. Okay, so I want to add this one, the announcements, and what I want to do is change this column background to none. And then maybe a couple of options you could choose here, but I want to try to blank it out and run this from the left side. See what color strips that we could choose from here. Okay, so I'm just using new lightbox here, which is easier to use, and then from this one I'm able to change the layout positioning. So we'll use this, go from there, and then what I want to do is just remove this and then change this image. Well, actually just upload a element in, something decorative. And then I'll just use this as my logo or placeholder for a logo. I'll just go ahead and type in fashion. See what comes up. Just use that one for the meantime. Bring that up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and change the design color to the orange. I'll just exit the light mode for the meantime and then just double check what color this is. Color. Okay, copy that. And then go back to our lightbox. If it lets me, we'll go to here instead. There you go. It can be a little bit laggy as well, so we'll just reset it there. Okay, so we'll open up our, okay. Change the color of the design on this to the orange that we want. And then I'm going to go ahead and change the background of the lightbox there to just color black. Of course, we have to match the tone of the website, so we'll go ahead and do so. We'll actually just keep the subscribers form. We'll have that in the bottom area here. If we can get it down to the bottom. Okay. Then we'll change the color of this one to an orange. And then what we want to do is change the text alignment. We'll actually just change the text there so it's matching with the rest of the site. Let's see if we can find the SF retro. There we go. Settings on this one. We'll change the design as well to the SF. Probably get better to do this one. Yep. And lastly, the field. Okay. And we'll change the design of the text to SF. Perfect. Okay. So now we've got that. We'll just go ahead and preview this. See how it looks. Okay, there you go. And it works. So now we'll go back and go back to here. I'm actually just going to reduce it a little bit as it is a little bit too big. Bring that down, bring this down, center it up, center this up as well. So something like that. Now, what I want to do is add some text. We'll just put the heading down for the meantime. Bring this down. Okay, so it doesn't want to be brought down. I'll bring it down with it. Okay. So edit this text to white. And we want to make sure that this is readable. So I'm going to change that to About Us, About Contact FAQ. Okay, so if you want to have some spacing on this, which we want to, you could just simply do that. And of course, with the boldness, we can make it bolder. Add it to the center. So we'll have a look at that now, see how it looks. Looks okay. And we'll even have socials. You know what, just for socials, we'll just delete that part. Bring this up a little bit, and then bring that up a little bit. I'm gonna add a social bar to that one. Okay, bring this one up a little bit as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and set the social links. So you could change the colors in these. We'll go ahead and replace the icon on that. So that one's the Instagram one. Instagram. And we'll get that to color white. Same with the Facebook one. We'll get that one so it's color white. Twitter. Get that one so it's color white as well. And we'll remove the link then. And make sure you click done. Go ahead and adjust that in the middle. Same with this one. Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll exit and we'll go ahead and just preview it just so we can have a look at how it looks. Should pop up, hopefully. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna need to do is go back to pages and menu, light boxes. So we'll delete this. Just delete this guy here. Delete. And then go light boxes, subscribe to menu, or subscribe to in our join list. And then I'll actually rename that so it says menu so we're not confused here. Okay, so we're gonna change the animation so it glides in to the from left or right. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do while we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and start linking these to the pages that we've just made. So we've got our about, we've got our contact. Let's see, so I'll go ahead and link the contact. Perfect. I'll just remove the underline. FAQ. Let's see. Get the FAQ. Done. Remove that underline. Done. Perfect. And then what I want to do, which is the most important one as well, is if you click on this, you got to make sure that you change the trigger so it automatically does not display. So I've got it listed as no, but if you have it on yes and we go ahead and preview this, this will automatically pop up straight away. So that's something we don't want to happen. And then let me just go back down to that lightbox menu. And I'll actually change the design of the lightbox menu. Something like this. And then change the color of that to white. Make it nice and big. Okay, so we'll go ahead and exit that. Now what we want to do is, we actually just want to reduce the size of that a little bit so it's not too toned. And then we'll link this, instead of a page, we want to go down to the lightbox area and then we'll choose the menu. And so if we preview this, this is our first part done for the website. If you click on that, you'll get this pop-up. And when you click on any of the pages, it'll link you to the page. So that links you away from the page, which we want to see. So we'll go back, and then we'll also go back to the landing page. What I'll do is I'll actually go ahead and change this. So if I right click and pin that to the screen, so that'll be pinned on all the pages. Let's see if we can try to get this. Oh, my mistake. That's only pinning for one page. What I want to do is remove that. I'll just unpin that element actually. And then what I want this to actually. Okay. So we would need to create another one of these throughout the rest of the pages, which we will do. We'll just have, like, since we've got our header here and our footer for all the other pages, we can go ahead and start customizing them. So now that we've got the landing page all sorted with the lightbox, we're going to go ahead and move on to the contact. So we'll get started on the contact. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the contact, which we'll do now. Okay, so there's a few ways we could make this contact page. As you can see, this is our default that we picked out earlier on. And if I go and try to find a background page for that, contact page, I'll show you an example of how we can do it. Okay, I just went ahead to try to find something that we could try to create a similar place for. So as you can see that this is a clothing site as well, and they've got our customer services, and then they've got their contact us here. But what we want to do is we want to try to recreate something that's a little bit more modern. So hopefully that gives you sort of an idea on what we can create. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay guys, so now that you've seen how the contact page can look, I'm going to go ahead and delete them all. And I'm going to show you a version that we can both create. So for this contact page, I want to have it so that there is no header and footer. So we're going to go ahead and do so. So for our section, we're going to go ahead and click on the pages and menu. We're going to click on contact. We're going to go ahead. Let's see. We should be able to go to the settings and then layout and no header and footer. Okay, just like I showed you last time, that gets rid of your header and footer. And then what we want to do to this page is we want to bring it up to 660, I believe it was. We'll just bump it up to 665. Yeah, 665. We'll just preview that just to double check this. Okay. Perfect. Now what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and add a section. So I'm going to go here to elements, add a strip, and then go to one of the blank ones here, drag that up, and then I want to go ahead and say that that's 665 as well. And I want to go ahead and add some layout to it, add some columns. I want to spread this out as much as we can. Now what I want to do differently with this one is I want to go ahead and manage these columns again and click layout. And as you can see here, we can create our proportions. So I'm going to do it as 40/60. And then for this wee page here, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and change that column background. I'm going to go ahead and click for the image. And this is where I can go ahead and look for some images that I want. So something to do with fashion related, but I might try to find a portrait. Try to find something that's a white background as well. Okay guys, give me a wee second and I'm gonna see what sort of image I can go ahead and find. Okay, so we were able to find something along the lines of a portrait there, so I'm happy enough with this. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and adjust this column background just so it's laying to the right, or more to the left, sorry, as I want to add some design onto the left side. And what I'm going to do is add some decorative lines and see if I got a vertical line. Have it coming from here. And then I'm just going to use my little toolbar here. Just determine how much I want on that. I'm going to bump it up to 300. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a text. Edit that text. We'll just say something. So you could have like a clothing brand title there. So that's just depending on how you want to make it. see if I could try to find the ones. We'll just actually leave it like that for the meantime, and then we'll just bold it. Make sure to highlight before bolding. Let's see. Yep. And then we're gonna turn this sideways, and then have that right here. But this line, I'm gonna reduce that down a little bit, probably about like that, and then just bring this down so it's centered. Okay, so something like that, just a little bit of design. So what I now want to do is I'm going to go to my landing page, and this is a great way of doing it as well if you are a little bit lazy like me. So I'm just going to find out the positioning and the weight of that, or the size and height. So I'm going to go back to the contact page, and then I'm just going to go ahead and paste it in. So now that we got the position for the X and Y axis, I'm going to go ahead and just type them down. So 179, and then I'm going to bring this up by 26. There you go. So that remains in the same spot. Of course, if you had the header and footer, you wouldn't need to do this, as it will show up on every screen. But since we're trying to create like a headerless and footerless sort of website, we're going to try to avoid that. So there's that part there done. And then all I have to do is link this in with the lightbox, which is already linked to. So straight off the bat, if I go ahead and click on that, there we go. So that directs me there straight away. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'm happy enough with that. Let me see, I'll probably direct that so it's 160 instead, or minus 190 instead, and then go back to the landing page, and then do the same for this one, minus 190, enter on that one, and then go back to this. Okay, sorry folks, I'm just doing a little bit of tidying up just to get it best suited to where I want it. Yep, happy enough with that. Now, okay, now we're going to move on to here. So with this section here, I want to move this column background to the left, as I want my lines to be here, my grid line. I'm going to go ahead and add my line here. And then I'm going to bring that up by 665 it should be, if it allows me. Of course I could do some subtle adjustments here. There we go. Just preview just to make sure everything's all aligned. Yes, perfect. Now now that I've done my left side, so you could do anything you want with this. You could go ahead and create a slideshow animation, or you can just have it as a single portrait or picture. And so it's dependent on you how you want to sort of build your website. So now I've got my right side here for my section. Now I'm going to work with this one. So I'm going to add some design to this site here. I'm going to add maybe a social area at the bottom right. So how I want to do that is I want to go ahead and add something along the lines of, should just be a box. I'm just looking to get, oh, there we go, there's a box there. Landed on that straight away. So grab that little box there, adjust that line up to here. Let's see where that's bringing me if I have that there. Okay. So I want that to be all the way to the right. Okay. And then I want to go ahead and bring this down like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy this one, apply it here, edit the text, visit. Then just make sure that is aligned to the middle. bring that down a tad. Okay. Probably just need to refresh that. Maybe just a little glitch. 1 wee second. Okay guys, sorry about that. So I'm gonna try that again. Hopefully that doesn't do that again. Okay, so it's just a little glitch there. So as I said previously, if you have any issues like that, just go ahead and refresh it. And then we'll go and do the rest of the site here. Just tidying it up. So now I'm gonna add the social media. I'm gonna go ahead back to the landing page. See, did I add any socials? I didn't. I'm gonna go to contact then and add elements such as the social. I think I had it on the other one, but just because I'll just go ahead and do this instead. Just remove this just so I could see it better. And then we'll just add a break off line right in the middle. Like this, just to give it some design. And then we're gonna go ahead and change that to color white. So the border of that color white. Okay, so obviously if it's a bit too thick, you can go ahead and change it. And we'll reduce that down to about 3. Okay, it's well suited for that. And then now I'm gonna set the, let's see, we'll actually bring that up a little bit more. And now I'm gonna set the layout of this and reduce it down to 35 and bring that up to 15. So I think I removed 3 of those. So what I could do is actually reduce the size of this container box. But we'll just go ahead and let's see. We'll go ahead and set the social link. So I'll remove these 3, change these to color white. So we'll do that. And then see the Facebook one as well. We'll change that to color white. Like so. And the Twitter one, I'm going to do that as well. Change that to color white. Like so. Okay, perfect. So now that that's all set, I'm going to move that more here. Then I'll just rewrite that like that. And I'm just going to add some random text. Okay, so something along the lines of like that. So it all depends how you want to create it. So that's what I've got going. Now I want to add an area to say that this is a contact page. So just get this. It was probably better to get the horizontal line instead. Okay. So let's see if we can try to manage this column here. I'm gonna go to tools. So usually this can happen where it just glitches out completely. So best way to do that is to there you go. You could just highlight it doing that. We'll actually just remove that because it might be a little bit glitchy due to the fact that it was a vertical line. So we're going to go ahead and change that to a horizontal line instead. So we might have better luck with this one. And we're going to name that one contact. And then we'll edit that text so it's still like the rest of the site, but we'll just say contact, and we'll make that around 60. Let's see, 60. We'll bring that down a little bit as well. Okay, happy enough with that. And then now I'm gonna go ahead and add my contact form. So we'll add a contact. Okay, like so. And what we can do is just modify this to how we want it to be within the site. So just like that. So you can take it in turns on how you actually want this to look. Bring this down a little bit like that. Of course, within the inside, you can go ahead and change it about. And have the success message pop up like so at the bottom. Okay, I'll be right back with you once I get this all completed. So you sort of just get the knowledge of how it sort of works. So that's just how you modify it about. So I'll modify this about and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm back. So there you go. That's a simple little contact form that you could sort of create. Just one page as well there, as you could see. And the only thing I am missing is that little thing again. So I'll just go ahead and grab that back. What is it now for the tool? It's at 190, okay. Right, so I'll just change that to -190 and 26. Perfect, so I'll preview that again. As you can see, everything should work as it should. There we go. And even the submit, so that all works. These work as well. And then this works as well. So there we go. Now we've got the contact form out of the way. So we can go back to the editor. And now what we want to move on to is the about. So we'll go ahead and start creating the about page. Okay, so we'll do something similar for the about as well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a look at our contact here. So we'll try to do something similar like the contact page, sorry, and then we'll link that into the about. So what I'm gonna do is instead of trying to mimic the same one, I'm gonna go ahead and delete my about page. So as you can see, we do have our template here. which is fairly nice in itself, but I'm going to go ahead and delete that first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and duplicate the contact page, and I'm going to change that so it says about. And now what I'm going to do is I'll work with the about, and as you can see top left there it says about, and I'm just going to delete some of the areas that we have here so it's out of the road. So we're going to have like different designs here instead of all this. And then what I'm going to do is I'll change this contact so it says about. Perfect. And then I'll just sort of shrink this down a little bit. Bring that over a tad. So that's now the about page. I'll actually just move that more here. There we go. Okay, that's cool. Now we'll just start modifying this a little bit. So what I can do is I can delete these for the meantime. Change my column background to a white background, or just have it as none. Let's preview that again. Okay, I'll just remove that part. And then with this one, I'm actually gonna use a little up here, and I'm gonna therefore I could try to get some slideshows going. Let's see if I could actually just search up the slideshow. Should be able to find one. 1 second.